Most people, when they're about to get to the next level in their business, in their health, or even relationships, there's always this old part of them that tries to pull them back into the old way of being. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs that you are shifting to the next level in your life. Now, some of these signs may not seem like you're shifting to the next level, but they actually are clear indicators that you are in fact shifting to the next level. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one to let go of your ego, reprogram your subconscious mind for success so you can create the life that you really want, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. So the first sign, that's a clear sign, may not seem like it, that you're shifting to the next level in your life, in your business, in your health, in your relationships, is that you feel a feeling of resistance and a feeling of wanting to give up. That is completely normal, because usually when you're about to get to the next level, that's when the ego starts acting up. That's when the ego starts to act up and convince you why you shouldn't continue any longer. You're about to get to the next level in your business, and now you feel like you should give up. People are about to get to that viral video on YouTube and they stop posting daily. People are so close to creating what they want and they give up at the exact moment where they are about to get to success. This is what always happens. People are literally about to get to the next level and they don't realize that a feeling of resistance and wanting to give up is a completely normal part of the process. It can't be any other way, because when you're up leveling your life and you're getting to the next level, the ego tries to pull back to the old way of being, because the ego wants to stay comfortable. The ego runs off of fear. The ego wants to stay stuck in its little box. And when you're about to get to that next level, guess what's going to happen is the ego is going to try to come back. So a feeling of resistance is completely normal. In fact, it's a beautiful sign that you're about to get to the next level. I'll give you a perfect example of this. I've been meditating every single day for over 4 years at this point, and the meditations where I feel the most resistance, and then I start to feel all this stuff coming up, all these negative emotions, all these feelings, that is when the breakthrough happens shortly after. Every single time. And I can connect that back with my business and my health and anything else that I've dealt with in my life. It's always like that. When you're about to get to the next level, the ego is going to start acting up. This is what I call the ego backlash. If you've been following my content for a while, I always talk about the ego backlash. And it's important to understand that this ego backlash will come up. Not to be pessimistic, not to be, depressing or give yourself a lack of motivation, but to just be realistic and have an understanding that the ego wants to regress. The nature of the ego is to live in fear, live in comfort, and regress back to the old way of being. So watch out for that. That's so critical. If you understand this, that resistance is a normal part of the process, it can literally be as simple as to move through it, meditate through it, and then just move on, and then it goes away, and then you get to the next level in your life. Then you finally have that business breakthrough. Then you finally have that breakthrough in your health. You really don't want to eat healthy anymore. You keep eating healthy, then there's the breakthrough in your health. You have that breakthrough in your meditations. You really don't want to meditate. All that resistance comes up. You really don't want to be doing meditation that day. Well, guess what? That's exactly when you should be meditating even more. Not only do you want to continue that thing that you were working on when you feel resistance, that's especially when you want to keep working on it. Now, of course, you need to bring in the feminine energy where you take a step back and move through the resistance, not just by pushing through it, but by accepting the resistance. So if you feel resistance, accept it fully. Don't resist it, because when you resist resistance, that's what keeps it alive. So when you feel resistance, just accept it, move through it, feel into it, observe it, and understand that's not who you are. That's just your ego. That's just the old patterns trying to come back. Look at it as a pattern. See that resistance for what it is. You're about to get to the next level. All it is a pattern. That's all it is. It's a pattern. It's a pattern, and it's coming in the form of resistance, and all you have to do is observe it and allow it to be there, and notice that part of your ego is not who you are. It's just the old identity trying to pull you back. In fact, it's a beautiful sign you're about to get to the next level. So the second sign that you are shifting to the next level in your life is that you have new relationships. So you're meeting new people. So for me, when I started to talk to new people, or even in fact, letting go of old relationships, that's when you know you're about to make a powerful shift in your life. So for me, I started to have a new mentor. Okay, I started to invest in a mentor. When I dropped out of school and I was letting go of a lot of older relationships that weren't serving me in my life anymore, what I did was I invested in a mentor. That was a new relationship that I had in my life. And I felt that the shift was coming. I knew that there was new relationships coming in, a lot of letting go. There wasn't that many new relationships. So I could even say that this point is more so that you're letting go of relationships. At the same time though, once you let go of the relationships, you then create a space for new relationships to come in. When you create that space, that's a huge sign that you're about to get to the next level. Maybe you don't have those relationships yet in your life, but you know that you're seeking new relationships. You have a desire for new relationships, new people in your life. That's when you're absolutely about to shift to the next level in your life, because relationships and who you interact with and the people in your life will define how successful you are in any area of your life. If you hang out with people that are always eating unhealthy food, you're going to become like those people one way or another. Even if you have a strong identity and a strong level of presence, you will energetically get pulled into those people because you become like the energy you hang around with. So if you are seeking new relationships, if you have new relationships, understand that you're about to shift to the next level in your life, because you're going to become like those people. You're going to start acting like those people. You're literally going to act like those people. And if you have people in your life right now that you don't necessarily want to have in your life, understand that there's certain people in your life that may not be serving you, right? And those people are maybe something that you might need to let go of, because for the longest time I had a lot of people in my life that I did care about, I did love them, but at the same time they weren't serving me. When I let them go and created space for new relationships, that's when everything shifted. Okay, so if you have new relationships, new opportunities coming in your life, absolutely you know that you're about to shift to the next level in your life. Third sign is that you're learning to manage your internal world. So what does that mean? When I say learning to manage your internal world, this means that you're realizing that how you manage your internal world is what creates success externally. You see, here's the thing that I always teach people. Strategy is beautiful. Logic is beautiful. Concepts are beautiful. But strategy doesn't get you far in life. Everybody knows what to do, what actions to take. There's a lot of people that take programs and courses when it comes to business, certain strategies and actions to take, but those people don't become successful. And there's other people that also take those same strategies and they do become successful. So what is the difference there? It's not that the strategy is the most important thing. It's the internal world and the frame that you're bringing into the strategy. That's what creates success. So if you're starting to realize that your internal world is what's more important to some degree, or a very significant factor to create success or create something in your life, then absolutely you are about to shift to the next level in your life. When I started to realize that my internal state of being was the most important thing in my business, in my YouTube channel, and how much money I create, of course you need strategies. That's why I have my business coach, but also my coach doesn't just teach me business. I'm more interested in the energy that he's in, his internal world. That's the most important thing when you need when you have a mentor or when you're managing your internal world, is to understand that the internal world that you bring into the strategy is more important than the strategy itself. If you have a lack internal world, and then you take action on a strategy from that lack internal place, that place of internal lack, strategy probably won't work. But let's say you have a really good strategy, a powerful strategy, but your internal world is lack-based, that strategy probably won't work. Let's say you have a pretty bad strategy, not the best strategy, not the most thought out strategy, not the best well thought out strategy, but your internal world is completely aligned and you're completely present to the moment. You're at a high vibration state. You're completely aligned with being present and having a higher state of consciousness. And you take that bad strategy, you'll probably succeed in life. Okay? So I'm not saying strategy isn't useful. I'm not saying that logic isn't useful. I'm not saying that you don't need to take action. I'm not saying that at all. I take massive action. I use strategies all the time in my business. I use strategies all the time when it comes to certain things with YouTube. But I do have an understanding that my internal world is one of the most important things when it comes to how powerful that strategy is. So if you're starting to realize that your internal world is important, you're learning to manage your internal world and your vibration using things like meditation or doing something that you enjoy that puts you in an internal state of alignment, and you realize that your internal world is what creates the external world, you are about to shift to the next level in your life, absolutely 100% guaranteed. Because when I realized this, it's almost like I started to be in a space where I was completely aligned internally, and I was kind of scared that my external reality is not here yet, but I feel so internally aligned and I'm okay with not having the external success yet, the external success yet. I'm like, should I be worried right now? Like, should I be thinking a little bit deeper about this? Like, why do I feel so aligned? And then I asked my mentor about that and he said, Francis, that's the perfect space to be in. If you're internally aligned, but the external success isn't there yet and you feel content and you realize that's more important than the actual strategies that you're using, you're still using strategies, not neglecting strategies, not neglecting structure, not neglecting logic, but you realize that your internal world and the state of being that you are in is the most important. Not the most important, but very, very, very important depending on what your goals are. That means you're about to shift to the next level in your life. The fourth sign is that you realize you create your reality. When I started to realize that I created my reality, I didn't realize that I was about to shift to an entirely new level in my life. I just had those insights to have those insights, but little did I know that I was on the path to create this YouTube channel, to create this business, to be completely in alignment with my higher purpose and completely shift my life in all areas, in business, in health, and relationships. I didn't realize this at the time, but I started to become conscious that my thoughts and my vibration actually, and like my overall perspective on life completely changes my external world. So I started to look in the mirror and become conscious that my ego was creating hell. It was one of the biggest insights. I remember looking at myself in the mirror. I was like mirror gazing, not intentionally, but just being in the mirror, looking at myself in the eyes. And I became conscious that I was actually creating most of my negative emotional states and experiences. And that was a big truth to swallow, but at the same time was very empowering because I realized that depending on the perspective that I have and the frame at which I see the world through, I will begin to experience a different reality. And I didn't realize that was bringing me closer to success. And it wasn't easy to learn that truth because I had to become conscious that my ego was creating all the suffering. I had to become conscious of that. That wasn't easy to experience. Maybe you're going through something similar. I totally get it. Maybe it's not easy for you to fully experience and accept that your ego has been creating all that suffering and now you have to take responsibility for that. At the same time, it led to experiencing massive bliss and massive positivity because, I mean, this is before I learned the deeper nuances of law of attraction. This was just me realizing that my perspective and my thoughts can shift my emotional experience significantly. When I realized that, my entire life completely shifted. I didn't know it was going to shift how it did, but then it shifted more and more and more. And now here I am running this YouTube channel and this coaching business that's growing more and more and more. The channel is growing more and more and more, and I'm living into my dream. And it all started with me realizing that I can create my reality and that my perspective has an impact on my emotions, which then as a result also has an impact on the entire external reality that I live into. So if you're realizing that your internal world creates your external reality, and also you just realize that your thoughts create your reality, your vibration creates your reality, you are about to shift to a powerful place in your life. Just get ready for shifts. This is me speaking from experience. If you're experiencing stuff like that right now in your life, kind of like those experiences that I had, you're just kind of shocked. You're like, wow, I'm actually experiencing, I'm creating this. And then you start to experience synchronicity. That's not going to be something I talk about in this video, but synchronicity happens too. You experience all these crazy things. You realize that you're the creator. You create your experience depending on where you put your focus. That means you're about to shift to the next level, 100% guaranteed. So the fifth final thing that I want to share with you, which is very significant, once again connects back a little bit to the third point, is that you're completely content where you are. You're feeling like you're internally aligned, and you feel good. It's like you're so present to the moment. You feel the abundance of the moment. You're starting to realize that a deep connection to the moment is what creates your reality, but you're also taking massive action. So you're content with where you are. You realize that you're kind of okay with not having the external success, but at the same time, you're completely aligned. Maybe you have external success too. I don't know where you're at in life. Everyone's different, but you feel internally aligned. You're completely content where you are, whether you have external success or you have none, or maybe you've been building up something for yourself. Maybe you haven't at all. Doesn't matter, but you're content, but you are taking massive action as well. And I'm saying this also for people that haven't created things in their life. Maybe they have, because I was in a space where I didn't have the things that I wanted yet, but I was completely content. I was completely content where I was. And once again, my coach told me, that's a perfect space to be in, Francis. You're doing great. You're doing a good job. Because you got to realize, if you're content, but also you're taking massive actions, you are absolutely about to shift to the next level. I don't know how else to say it, because when you're taking massive action from a place of contentness, being happy where you are, not being dependent on the outcome, that is what being in your power means. Being in your power is not about controlling the external world and being attached to the outcome and being attached to the results, being attached to how fast things manifest in your life. The key is to be content where you are and accept where you are. Because listen, this is the key that people miss. You cannot create change in your life and shift unless you currently accept where you are fully. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time because this is huge. If you get this, if you truly get this, there's almost nothing you can't create. Because from a place of acceptance, that's what creates change. So if you fully accept where you are, that is what allows you to create the change. So if you're completely content, you're completely accepting of where you are, but then you're fueling that energy of acceptance into massive action in your business, in your health. Like, you accept that you have a health problem, you're also taking massive action trying to eat healthy. You accept that you don't have the business yet, you're happy where you are, but you're taking massive action to create that thing in your life. You're completely in acceptance that you don't have a relationship, but you're taking massive action in your life. That one doesn't apply to me because I'm super focused on business right now. So not taking action when it comes to, romantic relationships or anything like that. I'm totally focused on my business and my health and other areas, but it doesn't matter what area of your life we're talking about here. If you're completely content where you are, but you're taking massive action, that is a huge sign that you are about to shift to the next level in your life. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one to reprogram your subconscious mind and align with your life purpose so you can actually live the life that you want to live, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.